This is
Essential.
This is Essential Audio.
Hey, and welcome to the MoneyPot, a new podcast from Money 2020. Scarlett Sieber and myself will be the hosts. Hey, Scarlett.
Hey, Sanjeev. It's exciting to be part of this launch. As we gear up, we thought this would be a great way to let people know some of what to expect at this year's show.
This year at Money 2020, we're focusing on 5 stories that exemplify what's happening across the industry. And we want to give our audiences a little preview.
Exactly. The first story we're focused on is all about commercial models, value chains, and M&A activity.
All of those are being reshaped by fintech. Our industry is so different from 18 years ago when I was at Citibank, or even 7 years ago when I was working on Google Wallet. People now expect mass production to be personalized. One of the great things about the smartphone is how personal it is to the user. The ability to deliver a customized, creative, and convenient user experience has never had a better delivery system. Yet we often stick to legacy business models or value chains that make experiences frustrating and difficult.
So we are looking at stories of the banks and financial service companies that are challenging the more traditional models and are using technology to personalize people's financial experiences.
And earlier this week, you spoke to one of the leaders doing that. Didn't you get a chance to talk to Dee Chobe of MoneyLion?
I did indeed talk to Deed. We had a great conversation about why he started MoneyLion, but I will let him explain more about that.
We started the business in 2013. This was right after probably one of the biggest financial crises the world has ever gone through. And we had a front row seat to the evolution of consumer finance. And we saw that millions of Americans were being left out of high finance. And because the entire market structure of American finance was being rewritten, we had an incredible opportunity to rethink how the digital bank of the future would work.
So, following the financial crisis, a lot of the financial services industry was repackaging or creating better lending products because infusion of capital helps get businesses flowing again, especially capital to those who need it the most.
Really what we focused on was, can we get a credit product, a loan product to members of MoneyLion faster, quicker, and better? And through that process, we really had a front row seat to incredible amount of consumer behavior data. We knew how many times they went to an ATM, how many times they incurred fees for taking out ATM money at the ATM. We saw how much fees they incurred on NSF fees and overdraft fees. And we really used that intimate knowledge of our consumers to abstract financial services into a much more flexible product, a much more understandable product, and a much more transparent product that was easy to unlock the best of digital finance all in one integrated platform.
So it sounds like as they built a better lending product, they used data in a new fashion to create products that would really meet their customers where they are rather than making their customers work to get their products. Like Amazon started with books or Netflix started with DVDs?
Precisely. This whole idea of rebundling is coming back again. As we moved from unbundling, we're going back to rebundling across the industry.
We really think about ourselves as Costco for financial services. We really don't want to give our consumers any reason to have to go to another financial institution, whether it be digital or incumbents, to meet their financial inflection points. And that resonates with our user base.
MoneyLion really thinks of themselves as a one-stop shop for finance that can deliver really personal services. But to do that across the board, they had to rethink their business model. Like Netflix or Amazon Prime, MoneyLion is a subscription service.
So that is a big difference from traditional banks, which are usually structured around specific products and services that they sell. In fact, most banks are siloed around those products, so your bank account, your credit lines, your mortgage, and your investment accounts are all handled within separate silos that don't have a lot of communication.
Exactly, and I think that's one of the reasons why, because of the silos, that these banks started unbundling their services. So with the subscription model, all the services are available to you for a single monthly fee.
So I wouldn't think of financial services as a natural place for subscription fees. So why do members like subscription services?
Dee says it helps them make better decisions.
No one member has the same journey, and that's really been possible because of the power of the availability of data. And that allows us to take the power of the community and use that for the benefit of nudging consumers into better financial transactions, whether that may be hey, we predict that you may have an NSF fee in 14 days. Consider moving money from account A to B. That's personalized because no one else knows that you have a account at two different banks. No one else knows other than yourself and other than your own behavior that you may run out of money because you ran out of money maybe 4 months ago, and we're able to learn that.
So basically, all the subscribers allow MoneyLion to use their data to help its algorithms learn when to expect financial hiccups or anticipate financial needs for all the subscribers?
Yeah, like when Netflix makes recommendations for you based on your history. They're using the data from all of their users to deliver you recommended content. When I open up my Netflix account, what is on the front page is very different from what's on my dad's Netflix homepage, as an example.
And mine is quite different from my sister's. Why does it need to be a subscription service to do that?
It doesn't have to be a subscription, but managing it as a subscription allows them to put their energies into delivering service and not accounting fees. They can better anticipate with a subscriber base, and their subscribers can get their needs met without any surprise fees.
I think you'll see increasingly the world move towards subscription because it is so understandable and so relatable by millions of Americans. That integrated experience is what a lot of the strategics saw as a elegance of our technologies. And I think what the venture capital community was seeing was the massive engagement. Our community is one of the most engaged communities in financial services. Our consumers and our members interact with our platform many times on a daily basis. They're spending 60 to 70 seconds with us interacting with their financial lives. And really it was that combination of business model, subscription and membership, and on the other hand, engagement with the platform that I think got our investors excited.
So as Dee says, this model has his investors excited. How excited?
$160 million excited. MoneyLion just announced a $160 million raise with investments from the likes of Capital One, MetaBank, and several others, with now a valuation of over $1 billion. So MoneyLion is officially a part of the Unicorn Club.
Wow. So there are more traditional players that are excited about the possibilities of the subscription model.
Yep. And I think it is important to remember that a subscription service would never be self-sustaining and truly profitable without the technology as a foundation. This is also a good example of allowing data to help you understand what customers truly need and finding a way to deliver it in a way that they truly understand the value.
Yeah, and it also shows that when you create a customer journey that is simplified, builds trust, and is highly personalized, you can create real excitement for investors.
Yes, but that's for next episode.
Oh yeah, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. We'll talk about that in 2 weeks, right?
Right. And in that time, I'll be checking in with Roger Desai of Payphone and Jason Wilk of Dave.com.
The Bear app that Mark Cuban invested in?
Yes, Mark Cuban was one of their investors.
Looking forward to it. We want to thank you all for joining us on our maiden episode.
We want to thank Dee Chobe for talking to us about MoneyLion and helping us give a little taste of the discussion that we will be having at Money 2020 in Las Vegas later this year.
Yes, Money 2020 happens in Las Vegas on October 27th through the 30th. If you haven't registered, do it today. This gives you a taste of the valuable content and networking opportunities that will be happening there.
Thank you for joining MoneyPot. Subscribe today wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Thank you to our producers, Roland Bodenham, Rachel Morrissey, and the team Sabina Osorio, Melissa Miller, Keisha Allison, and Monique Ruff-Bell for making it happen. I'm Sanjeev Kalita.
And I am Scarlett Sieber. Look for more podcasts and look for us on the stages of Money 2020.
This is
Essential.
This is Essential Audio.